that's hard to say.
Sick.
You picked it, bro.
Ready?
Yes.
All right, dog.
Welcome to Our Life in Books, where we talk about our lives, books, and everything in between. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Samantha.
And we're cousins.
This week, we're wrapping up the month of February.
Yeah.
But first, what tea are we drinking?
So we picked different teas this time. They're both like little sample bags from Riddle's Tea Shop. And I've got Cauldron Cakes. It's got chocolate chai, caramel, and almond.
And I got Amor Tentia.
Yeah, I think so.
And it is chocolate, strawberry, and almond oolong with sprinkles.
Is it good?
It's so good. It's definitely like I was having like a sweet tooth moment.
Mm-hmm.
What's yours like?
Same. I mean, it's sweet. It's really good though. It's really good.
I really like both of them.
So the name of that one, isn't that the love spell thing?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
What's yours? Just like cakes from
Cauldron Cakes. Isn't that what they get it somewhere in Hogsmeade?
Yeah.
Or, that's the town,
That's
right?
the town, yeah.
God, it's been so long since I read those
I know,
books.
we probably should reread them. Just to
Probably.
bone up on them.
Probably.
So what are you currently reading?
So I just started a new book. It's called Follow Me by Kathleen Barber. It is a thriller, and it reminds me a lot of You, the book You.
It meant me, and I was
No,
like,
no,
did you
no,
see
no,
my
no.
face? I was like, really?
No, the book You. Do you want me to read the synopsis?
Oh, yes, I would like
Okay.
to hear it. If that's okay with you. I know
Yeah.
you're reading it. We usually don't break in our rule here.
Everyone wants new followers until they follow you home. Audrey Miller has an enviable new job at the Smithsonian, a body by reformer Pilates, an apartment door with a broken lock, and hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers to bear witness to it all. Having just moved to Washington, D.C., Audrey busies herself impressing her new boss, interacting with her online fan base, and staving off a creepy upstairs neighbor with the help of the only two people she knows in town, an ex-boyfriend she can't stay away from, and a sorority sister with a high-powered job and a mysterious past. But Audrey's faulty door may be the least of her security concerns. Unbeknownst to her, her move has brought her within striking distance of someone who's obsessively followed her social media presence for years, from her first WordPress blog to her most recent Instagram story. No longer content to simply follow her carefully curated life from a distance, he consults the dark web for advice on how to make Audrey his and his alone. In his quest to win her heart, nothing is off limits and nothing is private.
That's insane. It does sound like you.
Yeah. And so it's told from different perspectives. So it's Audrey, the girl with the Instagram followers, like the main character. Kat, her sorority sister friend. Oh, I feel like there's another girl perspective maybe. And then there's a perspective that just says him.
Oh.
And so it's the stalker
And you
guy.
don't know who it is.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's
And
so
it's
cool.
super creepy because it starts off with his perspective, and you can tell from the beginning that he's a major creep because he got obsessed with his first girlfriend when he was 16.
Oh, gosh.
Like crazy obsessed.
Yeah.
And this girl, Audrey, looks like her.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
It's really good so far. I can tell it's going to be another one of those that I just fly through.
Oh, yeah. That definitely. I'm down to read that.
Right?
So I haven't quite started this. I mean, it's sitting next to my bedside table, but I've been a little addicted to Love Island lately, so it's your fault. But
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm going to start this weekend. I'm going to read The Sound of Stars by Alicia Dow. I'm very excited about it, and I also pre-ordered it. So it is a YA science fiction, and I'll read the synopsis just because I just actually read it the other day because of Book of the Month Club, so it's not spoiling anything. Okay, it says, can a girl who risked her life for books and an alien who loves forbidden pop music work together to save humanity? So it kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Lux series by Jennifer Armentrout. So I don't know. I think that's why I really liked it.
Right.
Okay. 17-year-old Janelle Ellie Baker survives in an Illyri-controlled center in New York City. Deemed dangerously volatile because of their initial reaction to the invasion, humanity's emotional transgressions are now grounds for execution. All art, books, and creative expression are illegal, but Ellie breaks the rules by keeping a secret library.
Oh.
Right? When a book goes missing, Ellie is terrified that the Illyri will track it back to her and kill her. Born in a lab, Morris It's like Mori1S.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, was raised to be emotionless. When he finds Ellie's illegal library, he's duty bound to deliver her for execution. The trouble is, he finds himself drawn to human music and his desperate need for more. They're both breaking the rules for the love of art, and Ellie inspires the same feelings in him that music does. Ellie's and humanity's fate rests in the hands of an alien she should fear. Morris has a lot of secrets, but also a potential solution, thousands of miles away. The two embark on a wild and dangerous road trip with a bag of books and her favorite albums, all the while making a story and a song of their own that just might save them both.
Oh,
So it sounds so good. It's like the Luck series mixed with Morgan Matson.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Epic Detour.
Yep, Epic Detour. Something's Epic Detour. It's on my bookshelf. I can't think of it. But yeah, that's like kind of the vibes I got. And I was like, I kind of love it and want to read it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I haven't read a science fiction book in a long time.
Right, and it looks like it's a standalone.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Right?
As much as I love series, now when I see them, I'm terrified of the commitment.
Well, and then also we kind of are the people that will wait till the whole series is out.
Right.
Or keep rereading it over and over again.
Right, which is what I do, because then I'm like, because I don't always remember. So that's my thing for 2020 is I'm keeping a reading journal. So for every book, I've got like a couple pages in my journal where I just like write all this stuff so I can look back and actually remember these stories, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Because we read so much that it's easy to mix up details.
Right.
And then the other thing I read really quick was the sneak peek of Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare.
Oh, yeah.
I got it on NetGalley. I was super excited. So I wanted to like kind of write my little, I can read the synopsis, but it says, "Welcome to Edwardian London, a time of electric lights and long shadows, the celebration of artistic beauty and the wild pursuit of pleasure, with demons waiting in the dark. For years, there has been peace in the Shadowhunter world. James and Lucy Herondale, children of the famous Will and Tessa, have grown up with their loving friends and family, listening to stories of good defeating evil and love conquering all. But everything changes when the Blackthorn and Carstairs family come to London, and so does the remorseless and inescapable plague. James Herondale longs for a great love and thinks he's found it in the beautiful, mysterious Grace Blackthorn. Cordelia Carstairs is desperate to become a hero, save her family from ruin, and keep her secret love for James hidden. When disaster strikes, the Shadowhunters, James, Cordelia, and their friends are plunged into a wild adventure which will reveal dark and incredible powers and the true cruel price of being a hero and falling in love."
Aww.
Yeah. So I read it. It was really good. I feel like
how many chapters is it?
I think the sneak peek was like maybe 5. I can't remember.
Okay.
Good chunk. So
Yeah.
you basically got to know everybody. Of course, it left on a little, not a cliffhanger, but you were like, okay, you get sucked in, and then
Right.
I'm kind of addicted to reading sneak peeks only because it reminds me of movie trailers. So you just get
Okay.
sucked in, and then you're like, wait, I want more. You know what I mean?
And that's why I don't like them.
Yeah. I think you either really like them or you don't like them at all. And I'm like, one
do you
of those
remember
people.
the very first book con we went to? And I just had to have the sneak peek of Strange the Dreamer.
Yes.
We made sure we got there. We got that sneak peek thing. And I read it and I was so mad because I was like, now I have to wait like a year for this book to come out? Why did I do this to myself?
Yeah. That's what's nice is like I got the sneak peek right before
Mm-hmm.
the book came out. So it just made me excited and pre-ordered it. But the book comes out March 3rd. And I'll read, I wrote a little thing on my blog I'll read. The book opens up of Lucy Herondale's memory of when she was young. She gets lost in the forest outside of her house, and she meets a boy there, but we don't know who. He saves her because she falls into this little, hole. And it's just very, mysterious, and it's definitely, a foreshadowing.
Ooh.
Because it says then she doesn't see until 6 years later.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So it's fast forward to 1903, where we meet James Herondale and his friends hunting a demon in London, which is very, very rare. They're all in dress clothes. They're not in they don't wear normal Shadowhunter gear because there's nothing to do. There's not a ton of demons everywhere. And we kind of learned that the effects of having Tessa as a mom gave him a little bit of power.
Right.
So that's really interesting. You kind of wonder about his sister too.
Uh-huh.
Because he knows about it, but not a lot of other people know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you also kind of get the sneak peek that there's going to be a love triangle, obviously, between James, Grace Blackthorne, and Cordelia Carstairs. The Carstairs family is moving to escape a trial of her father's. So that's a foreboding of like they're basically coming to get help.
Yeah.
Because they need help to they need backup to help save her father. And then you I don't know, it just ends in a spot where you're like, wait, I need more. Like there's it's character building, which I really love.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what all these little hints are gonna bring. So I really like it.
It does sound really good. What's the last series that you read? The most recent one before this?
Lady Midnight.
Is that now?
Yeah, that's now.
Okay.
So she's obviously in that one. I haven't read the last one because I've been doing this awful thing where I don't read the last one because I love it so much.
You don't want it to end.
I don't want it to end. But she is very tough and she feels like she has to protect everybody. And so she does very, very selfless things that look selfish because so basically she lost her family in that big Shadowhunter war.
Right.
And so she's really close to the other family, and she does all these. They look selfish, but they're not. They're actually hurting her so bad inside because she cares about them all so much that she just wants to protect them. And I just relate so well to her, and she's also blonde. So I like that. So I really like that series. It's probably my favorite, and then Clockwork, and I really think I'm gonna like this one. And I think the next one is gonna be after Lady Midnight, and it'll be the last one of the ever.
Oh my goodness.
Which is insane.
It is crazy. She's been building on this world for
so long.
Well, it's been at least 15 years, right?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
That's a lot. So yeah, that's what I read. I'm really excited.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And my Kindle Unlimited recommendation, I actually chose because my friend and our listener, Jackie, she's a big Twilight fan.
Oh, yeah.
Like me. And I saw this because it said, your cursor's over, sorry. Twilight fans, welcome to a thrilling new world. So I was like, what? I had to click on it. It's by Bella Forrest. And the first book is called Darklight. And it might be the Darklight series. The fifth book came out this month.
Oh my goodness.
Or the month of February, so that's why I picked it. And the whole series is on Kindle Unlimited.
Wow.
Vampires, so the big bold quote is, vampires don't exist, at least not anymore. I celebrated when vampires were declared extinct. Those beasts had preyed on humanity for a millennia, committing senseless, brutal murders. Like the rest of my colleagues at the Occult Bureau, I looked forward to a world where we could all sleep at night, where constant cover-up jobs were no longer required to keep the public calm and unaware. But the end of vampires wasn't the end of our problems. It was only the beginning. Other blood-sucking creatures began to lurk in the night. As soon as I turned 21, I became a ground agent at the Bureau because I wanted to, needed to, join the fight. And then Dorian Clave burst into my life, turning everything I thought I knew into quicksand. Vampires like him weren't killers who devoured humanity's inner darkness until shadows danced beneath their skin. Yet there was more to him than that. He showed me that light cannot exist without dark, and that trying to fight this balance would have consequences our human minds couldn't even comprehend, because sometimes darkness needs to exist.
Ooh.
So it's I think it's a very dark version of Twilight, but has Twilight lovers really drawn to it. So I'm excited to read it.
And all 5 books are on Kindle Unlimited?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And the 6th one comes out.
Oh my God, there's more?
Yeah, I think there's going to be 6. And the 6th one come out in a month or 2. So
holy
if
cow.
you start reading, you might, so.
Yeah. Okay, so my prime reading recommendation is The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. I can't remember how to say it. Hold on, I linked to a YouTube video of how to say it.
Kaur? Cole.
I tried to give myself notes. Okay.
Yeah, they're confusing me. So I'm just kidding.
So,
do you want to start it over?
Yeah.
Okay.
My prime reading rec is The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur.
Yeah.
It's a book of poetry, and if you haven't heard of her, she's released these little poetry books over the last couple of years, and they've been really popular, like all over Instagram. The first one was called Milk and Honey.
I remember seeing that one. Okay, you've caught me.
This is the follow-up, and then I think there's actually a third that she did. But anyhow, The Sun and Her Flowers is on Prime Reading.
Cool.
Which I thought was really awesome.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe there's only 2. Maybe I'm crazy.
I think
either way,
it looks like one's gonna come out. It says untitled.
But yeah, I thought that was really exciting when I saw that and I wanted to find something that's a little different than what we normally recommend. We don't talk a lot about poetry on here, and it is one thing that I do want to read more of, and especially hers, because the little bits that I've read, because I follow her on Instagram and she always posts like little bits of her poetry and stuff, and it just is so heartfelt, and like it's something that I feel like we would really connect with.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it sounds really good. Does it have like any synopsis about what it's about or anything like that?
Yes. So it says, so this is her long-awaited second collection of poetry, a vibrant and transcendent journey about growth and healing, ancestry and honoring one's roots, expatriation and rising up to find a home within yourself. Divided into 5 chapters and illustrated by Coeur, The Sun and Her Flowers is a journey of wilting, falling, rooting, rising, and blooming, a celebration of love in all its forms. I really like that.
That sounds so cute. Yeah. And I like the design as well. And I remember seeing Milk and Honey everywhere. You're right.
Yeah, that one was everywhere.
Yes.
All right.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of book news and book fun.
All right.
I haven't looked at this in a long time, so it's going to be a refresher for all of us.
Yeah, same. Especially because I added all these links.
I was going to say, I think
most of this is my doing.
I think the last 2 are mine, so.
So this first one is, which you might have seen already because it's been a little while, but they added more people to the Shadow and Bone cast for the Netflix series.
Fun.
So this has got the full list of all the cast currently, and I just saw today Leigh Bardugo was on set. They're filming in Budapest, I think.
I saw that.
And she was on set. So it sounds like, I mean, the filming is well underway. Like, I honestly cannot wait.
Again, I think I said this before, but I love that the entertainment industry is finally understanding that if you want a book to movie to work out, you need to have the author around in some capacity because they understand not only their world, because they understand way more than what's in the book. They understand their audience.
Right.
It's going to do well if they are involved.
The first like book to movie, book to show adaptation I watched where I really noticed that the author was involved a lot and you could tell was Outlander.
Okay.
There were a lot of scenes where you could have literally read that paragraph and seen it happen on screen.
And I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing. But so at least for the first couple seasons, they did because it's on Stars, I think, or Showtime.
One of those. I need to catch
But they
up.
always do like a after the episode thing where they interview like the director, and they always had her on there too. She was always on set. She was always helping, giving them direction and stuff. So that was the first one I watched where I was really like, okay, they value the author's opinion.
Yes. One of the first things that I saw where the author was active and like showing on social media was Jenny Han with To All the Boys I Love, the series. We saw her at BookCon and she talked how important that was and that she wouldn't give the rights up until she like kind of knew that she was allowed to cast it. She didn't want to whitewash.
Right.
It wouldn't make sense if it did.
So important to her.
Yeah. And now she's like so involved and so close with everybody and it makes it, you can tell everyone loved that. Even if they didn't read the book, they loved it because it's exactly her.
Right. Well, and then did you see too, towards the end of filming, she got the 3 sisters all necklaces to match.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so sweet.
And she's just a cool human being. Okay. Right. She's just awesome. But I cannot wait for this. I think we should definitely reread the series before we watch the Netflix show.
Yes.
Because I want to definitely like be in that world again.
Yeah.
And then see it come to life. I can't wait.
The only thing that kind of scares me, freaks me out is they've talked about casting, like they've already cast people for the Six of Crows.
Oh, really?
And there's not crossover yet, that I know of between because they're in the same world.
Yes.
But from what I remember of the original Shadow and Bone series is that there's no crossover between the two until like the end of the Six of Crows duology.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know there was crossover, but I haven't read Six of Crows yet.
Because so Shadow and Bone happens, and then Six of Crows happens like years later.
That's what I thought. Not
a lot of years, but a little bit. Sorry, I just whacked my mic.
No, it's okay. We'll have to link the IMDb page because, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I haven't actually taken a look at the actors and actresses, but like.
They're all gorgeous.
Elena, or is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Look perfect.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And then Kaz, is that the
Kaz? That's from Six of Crows. He's like the main.
Okay, next link.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, so again, this has been a while, so I'm gonna have to refresh myself a little bit. But the headline is, and this is on CNN, Americans went to the library more often than they went to the movies in 2019.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. So it says...
Who says libraries are dying?
U.S. adults reported taking 10.5 trips to the library on average in 2019, about twice as many times as they went to the movies. They went to live music or theatrical events and national or historic parks roughly 4 times and visited museums and casinos about 2.5 times. So, and then it says trips to the amusement parks and zoos were the least common activities on the list. But I really like that people went to the library more times than the movies.
I kind of wish I went to the library more than I do. I mean, we go to buy books from the used bookstore, but I don't know. I miss checking out books, but then it's also like I can't take a picture of them because of the shiny cover.
Right. And there's a part of me that misses it, but then at the same time, like...
I think I just miss the act of going to the library and reading all the synopsises and like getting excited.
Right.
But like, that's it.
I do miss that, like discovering new books, going in completely blind with just shelves of books and finding something to read. Because anymore, like my TBR is pretty much planned out. Well, it's planned out by me, but it's
you and your impulses,
by me requesting stuff on NetGalley.
Same.
Like I don't really do that where I go to my shelves and just be like, okay, what am I gonna read next?
I do if I'm like in a slump.
Yeah.
What I do is I go to my bookshelf and I literally just like grab probably 10 books just by the title and the cover. Grab them all, read all the synopses.
Oh, I like that.
And then think, okay, these could be good for like my mood. And then it's usually I try to pitch like a small one-off.
Right.
But that's kind of like one of my goals is to start going back to the library and just like browsing. Not I don't even have to get anything, but I just kind of want to go back and like discover new books and see what's like popular, because they have like that thing where it's like what's popular and stuff that with the like younger kids. I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
Speaking of libraries, I don't have a link to this, but I saw this on, I think it was on Facebook. Someone took a picture at their local library where the librarians had made a display of books that they didn't like. Because usually you just see all these recommended books, and it was a shelf of books that they didn't like, and then next to each book they had a reason of why they didn't like it. You know what? Maybe it was on Reddit. I'm on Reddit far more than I'm on Facebook.
It's definitely on Reddit.
But I just thought that was kind of, I don't know. At first, my reaction was like, I don't like that because...
Same. Yep. That's my first reaction. But it's also kind of funny.
It's also kind of funny, but also, I don't know. Like, that's what I do to myself when... like I read a book I really like, I go to see all the opinions of people who didn't like it. So I kind of want to, I don't know, like that would almost make me intrigued to read a book that someone else didn't like it.
Yeah. So, and you never know, the reasons could have been like, it was a love story and I hate love stories. You know what I mean? Like as we know, reading through the trash of Goodreads, people can just have opinions just to have opinions and like to hear themselves talk.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Ooh, okay. Barnes and Noble and Penguin Reading.
This is not good.
Oh no. I got excited.
So, what did I have in this was Barnes and Noble and Penguin Random House's misguided attempt at inclusivity.
Oh no. So
they ended up canceling this launch of these classic novels. But what they did was they just took classic novels like Frankenstein, Wizard of Oz, Treasure Island, Secret Garden, and put people of color on the cover.
Didn't rewrite them?
No. They're all the same stories with all the same white people and all the same, like, you know, bigotry or whatever that's in them and just put people of color on the cover. And even some of the stuff that they put on the cover with those people is kind of messed up.
Racist?
Yes.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it looks like Twitter user Keelan Patrick Burke has a check mark, so I'm guessing it's someone I should probably know. Jesus slapping a cartoon POC on books while by white folks when the words within those books don't promote anything but the white narrative isn't diversity. Diversity is giving people of color equal opportunity to be published in a predominantly white marketplace. Do better.
Right.
Jolie Doggett put, I think it's Jolie Rancher, at Jolie Rancher said, is this super early April Fool's joke? I mean, I agree.
Did you see this? So the rest of her tweet says, slapping brown faces onto white stories is insulting. If Barnes & Noble wants to promote diversity, why not just promote classics written by diverse authors? They exist. Also, check out Dorothy's new ruby slippers. So on the cover of The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy is black, and her ruby slippers are like red tennis shoes.
Really? I can't see that close. Sorry. I'm kind of blind.
So
they are.
I'm just very curious, like who in their marketing department thought this was a good idea.
This is
and how many people did this go through before? Not before, because it was ready to hit shelves. It was supposed to go out February 5th, and they pulled it right
physical
before.
Books, or
yes.
Oh no,
yeah, they were gonna have this whole display at Barnes and Noble, and it's just like. Again, like how many people saw this? How many people did this go through thinking this is a good idea?
And like, why not? Yeah, why not either promote books, do all of that, promote books of people with color that are trending right now
by people of color,
promote classic books by people of color,
right? Because
and be more
like, yeah, why don't you have people of color on your marketing team telling you this is a bad idea? Like, you know, was it all just white people sitting in a circle saying this is a great idea?
Because it's not.
No.
Like, you heard before I even read this article, I was like, but what's the point? Like, it needs to have a point.
Yeah.
And this doesn't have a point. That's ridiculous. Okay, next. I'm just annoyed now.
Yeah, that was very frustrating to read.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I've also found this.
Ooh.
So I don't know if you've heard of PC and Kristen Cast.
Yes.
They are a sister writing team that have written a lot of like YA, supernatural. That's not what I want to say. Paranormal.
And Supernatural. They wrote the Marked series.
Okay.
That's about like a witch and vampires and stuff.
So they have a new witch series coming out, Sisters of Salem.
I love that.
Right?
Oh, that's exciting.
I wanted to read a little something about it.
If you've read the House of Night series, that's the series I was talking about, then you'll know they're truly created. And they had the main character. I didn't finish it because I don't have the rest of them, so I think I'm just gonna buy the Kindle books of the rest of them.
Yeah.
But the girl had like powers, and how her powers showed was glowing tattoos on her body.
Ooh.
In certain. How smart and cool is that?
So this little blurb from PC Cast, it says, I love that we're writing identical twins who are devoted to one another, but still very much their own people. The witchy aspect is as fun as it is fascinating. I think readers are going to enjoy discovering this new world. I do very definitely have a favorite character, though I don't think I can talk about her yet. And this article is on Hypable, so we'll link it and you guys can check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy their writing a lot. I'm hoping that they get a little bit, the only criticism I have of the House of Night is that the series, they did what you would love. But for me, I don't like that, is when they repeat what happened in the previous book.
Oh, God.
So you would love it. You would love that.
Yeah. Especially if I'm not reading them back to back. Like, if I'm reading them back to back, I don't need that.
No, see, I was. But when they came out with House of Night, there's so many that it was a span of time and they wanted to reiterate. Yeah. For me, I was reading them so fast. But I also have to realize that they were YA back. These were published a long time. Like, not long, but long in the literature world, where they're for a younger audience that needed reminded. I don't need reminded. So that was my only thing, but I kind of get why they did it. But I love that they're having witch books come out. Yeah. Definitely have to put that on my TBR.
I know, I love that.
All right, what's the next one?
So my next link is from Riveted Lit. It is their covers for fall of 2020. And I always love looking at these just to see like what the trends are going to be.
Yeah, because definitely everyone understands like what, everyone kind of, there is a trend that happens. First of all, recommended by you by Laura Silverman. Love that cover. It's so freaking cute.
So did you read the little thing below? It says, "To all the boys I've loved before meets You've Got Mail."
Oh, I've never seen You've Got Mail. I know I need to.
What?
I know I need to. So it looks like maybe the trend is more cartoonish.
And people. People on the cover.
Which is sometimes, that's kind of a new thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But like every single one of these so far has people on the cover.
Fall Into Me by Mila Gray. Very excited for that.
Ooh, where's that?
That's a little lower.
I feel like you scrolled forever.
Yeah, sorry, because I was just like going through them. She wrote Come Back to Me and Run Away with Me, and I've read those, and I think I've read those, or at least they're on my bookshelf. Oh, I'm excited.
Seriously, every single one of these has had people on the cover.
Yeah.
Everyone. Oh,
there's one that
These
doesn't.
Violent Delights doesn't.
Silent as the Grave by Zoe Arson. Love that cover.
Yeah, it's a very witchy cover.
Oh, it's a witchy cover. Red with like a white skull and moons and like a little vial.
And it says, it's a Wattpad sensation.
Love that.
Right?
Oh, these are so cool.
Oh, Tessa Gratton.
Ooh, The Black Kids by Christina Hammond Reed. Yes, that cover is awesome. I want to read that.
What the heck is that? Oh,
scroll a little lower. Isn't that like color? So it's art. It has a person on it. You can see like trees with flames in her sunglasses. For fans of The Hate U Give comes an unforgivable coming-of-age debut novel exploring the issues of race, class, and violence through the eyes of a wealthy black teenager whose family gets caught in a vortex of the 1992 Rodney King riots.
Oh, that sounds really good. I just got goosebumps.
So did I. So those are some of our just brief seeing them favorites and opinions. You guys should go check them out. There's a ton more that we skipped over just because we don't have enough time to go over all of it.
No.
And I'll give you guys an excuse to go. And with Riveted Teen. Riveted Lit. Most of the time you can claim a free ebook when you visit. And they have free books to read.
Yes,
it's called Free Reads at the top every month.
There's usually 5.
Oh, there's a lot right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go through them really quick just because I have actually been going to this a lot and doing this. When I need they
have an Enchantment of Ravens.
You know I love my samples. So they have an Enchantment of Raisins.
I'm so
Shut up. We can't say that because it's going to be gone by the time this comes. No, it won't. Shut up.
Just a pile of raisins floating
here's
around.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to change every book cover to something weird and I'm going to design it. An Enchantment of Raisins. Okay. An Enchantment of Ravens. That's until February 29th. Hush it. Heart of Flames is until February 29th.
That's just an extended excerpt.
Yes. An extended excerpt of Together We Caught Fire until February 29th. And then the Enchantment of Raisins was from the Ravens. It's a full book.
Yeah.
Extended version of Turtle Under Ice, With a Star in My Hand. The Truth app, which I was really interested in reading about.
With a star in my hand. Where do you even see this?
At the top. I'm scrolling through. Chain of Gold, The Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, an extended excerpt is on here till March 31st.
Oh, dang.
The Curse of Curses and Kisses is an extended on excerpt until June 19th. As Kismet would have it, a full read by Zendaya Menon. These Precious Scars, full read. That's a little and by Emily Savada. It's the Mortal Coil series. That's a little 1.5 book.
So speaking of that.
And The Thief, a full read by Jessica Brody and another name I can't read.
Starting March 1st, this Mortal Coil the full read is going to be on there.
Guys, you need to go do it. The full read of The Last Magician is going to be on there coming up.
Also, Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian.
Also, The Becoming of Mara Dreyer, which I highly recommend. A little dark, and there's 3 of them, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Excerpts that are coming up.
We Are the Wildcats by Siobhan Vivian.
Oh, we're reading that.
Yes. Woo!
Go Siobhan. We Are the Magic, which I've kind of been excited to read.
We Were Magic.
We Were Magic, what'd I say? Just
We
kidding.
Are the Magic. Sarah Gailey. So Sarah Gailey is the author of River of Teeth.
Yep.
I talked about the hippo book. The book about hippos in America. So anyways.
Yeah. And then the Nancy Drew, The Curse by Mikkel Ostow, is based on the TV series that I've been really wanting to read or watch. Shut up. I'm just kidding. Do I have to shut up? So I don't know. I think it's a really cool site, and we'll have to like kind of keep up on that about what books come out.
For sure.
All right. What is your next link?
Okay. So this next one, okay.
What's the title of it? And where is it? AmericanLibraryMagazine.org.
Yep. Bikes and Books in Afghanistan.
Ooh.
Improving Literacy with a Mobile Library. So, okay.
It's like our little mini libraries, but on wheels.
Sayawash is the name of the person who founded this program. And the program is called Read Books, but in Pashto, it's Ketab Luaust. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but anyhow, so he started this program because the literacy rates in Afghanistan are so low, adult literacy rates.
Really?
So for men, it's only 45%, and for women, it's only 17%. And this article goes into why the rates are so low and stuff. But so what they do is they drive to these towns or these villages that are pretty remote. And then, so they drive with all their stuff, and then he gets on his bike, and before he gets there, he, like notifies as many people in the town as he can, but a lot of them don't have internet access. So he just, he notifies like churches and stuff so that
people
they can get the word out.
Yeah.
And then once he gets there, he sets up his bike and has his like basket of books, and then he rides through the streets with a megaphone announcing that he's there, and then stops different places, like stops at schools and I don't even know if it's schools, because again, like a lot of these people are not like, they stop going to school at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
They can't afford to, and a lot of times like they don't think that it's important.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he's trying to bring education and reading back to people, and it's like, so they'll have kids come and they'll tell kids how important it is to read, and they give them books that helps them practice their writing, because he says it's not just about reading, it's about learning to write and being able to speak the language, and it's just really, really sweet.
That's so sweet.
It was just a really nice article.
Yeah.
I read the whole thing, so I suggest you go read it and just kind of.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
And so when the Taliban was
in power,
power, they were the ones that kind of took literacy out. They burned a whole lot of books and stuff, and so there's still Taliban there that are trying to stop him, and so they're in a lot of danger sometimes when they do this. And
which seems so insane,
right? And here's one of his quotes. It says, "Despite the danger, Sayawash has no interest in giving up. Where they spread hate and fear, we will spread books and learning," he says. "We want a different future for Afghanistan."
Yeah. And I think just living here, you kind of take for granted that things are happening in other
we
places.
take for granted how available books are.
Yeah. And how available learning is, and how we can learn as women, which is, that is frowned upon in other countries.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely eye-opening and heartwarming, and I wonder if there's a way we can, like, if there is any like way to donate books or money or anything, we'll leave that in the description.
Well,
because it's kind of important.
It'll be in the article if there is. But yeah, just very, very sweet.
That's so sweet. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so we do have a couple listener suggested topics.
Okay.
These are by Hannah. So she sent, I just copied her Twitter link because I haven't read them. I just she sent them and I copied and pasted it. So this one is HB.
So that's Hachette Book Group.
Yep, buys more than 1,000 Disney Book Group titles. So I don't know. Okay, in a move that dramatically increases its presence in the children publishing market, the Hachette Book Group has acquired more than 1,000.
I'm sorry.
What did I say? Hachette? Okay.
You said Hatchet.
It looks like Hatchet.
It's Hachette.
You're a Hachette. The Hachette Book Group has acquired more than 1,000 titles published by Disney Book Group. But the backlash is that I don't think they notified the authors. Right? I'm pretty sure.
Effective immediately, the Disney titles will become part of Little Brown Books for Young Readers, which is overseen by blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and then Michael, this is the tweet that we can link. He said, kind of weird to make this announcement before informing authors and agents.
Holy cow.
And then someone put, publisher marketing story ends with, at least one agent was quick to note on Twitter, however, that it was odd to read the public announcement before hearing from publishers.
Yeah, that's messed up.
And then the one guy goes, it's me. I'm furious they just dropped this on everybody at once rather than rolling it out with agents first, then clients. I realize it's a lot of books and authors, but come on. So that's kind of, that's not okay, in my opinion. You should let agents and authors know that their books are being transferred somewhere else.
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy? So Hannah sent that in, wanting us to let us know about that. And then the other one is the tweet of Amy Buckland. It is I think it was a update to the Macmillan Macmillan thing. It's digitalbookworld.com. Digital Book World bans Macmillan employees in response to library embargo, creates library scholarships.
Oh my.
Yeah. So as a part of the sold out Digital Book World 2019 back in December, our friends at the American Library Association announced the eBook for All campaign in response to Macmillan's then proposed embargo on ebooks at libraries. Holy cow. It says, Amy pulled a quote, "It is our absolute privilege to ban all Macmillan employees from attending or speaking at the Digital Book World until the company's library embargo is lifted and they fully comply with the requests of the American Library Association." So that's insane.
Yeah.
So I kind of hope it makes a difference because, one, I didn't realize how much libraries have to pay to get books, especially ebooks. That's an insane amount. It makes me feel kind of like selfish for expecting them to have them when we have to pay so little in comparison to them. But, I really hope that Macmillan at least notices that they're the only ones doing this and that it's not okay. In my opinion, it could be maybe someone else thinks that it's a good idea that they're charging this much, but I don't.
Right. So thanks, Hannah, for sending those in because I never get on book Twitter. So it's nice to know what's going on over
book
there.
Twitter, but it's so hard to find these things. You know what I mean? There's so many different facets going on in the book community that it's so nice when you guys send us this stuff so we can not only be aware, but keep an eye on it.
Right. I just feel like every time I get on Twitter, I get sucked in and then I'm like, what did I just do for the last hour of my life? I just got involved in all this drama.
And I'm more like, I just follow all these authors and I just creep on them to see what they've got going on and stuff. And then I never see the negative stuff. So yeah, it's nice to know that it's nice to hear that you guys are really listening and sending us stuff.
Yeah. We
really appreciate it. Okay, so here is our monthly wrap-up. We just kind of came up with some fun things to talk about to wrap up this month.
Yeah.
So first, I'll just wrap up Patreon. What kind of we did this month on there. We're starting to do some really fun things.
Yeah.
So the Book Fairies got bloopers from each episode, which are funny.
Yeah, I forced my boys to listen to them last night. And at first, I was like, you guys don't think this is funny, do you? But then, of course, they were laughing, especially because a lot of it is you trying to pronounce things or rereading things and saying it specialization. That was my favorite.
And it's I'm trying really hard this episode. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am a fast talker and a very fast reader. And so I have to pace myself because my brain will just mess up and then I start getting the giggles and then I can't say it right. And then it's just all downhill. So that's basically one of the bloopers. Another blooper is Elizabeth having an existential crisis and becoming Tina from Bob's Burgers while I'm talking about our plans and she's just over there being
That's basically my life.
So if you want to hear the funny things that happen when we're trying to be serious.
The stuff that gets cut out of the podcast.
Exactly. Basically the stuff gets cut out because I kind of like a smooth podcast, but it's also really fun to you get a little bit of it at the beginning, but it's really, there's so much more over on Patreon, guys. We also have a little discussion of each episode, whether it's about the quiz we took or maybe some of the articles that we discussed to get patrons' opinions on them. And then we also had a Christmas gift opening as an extra because Alex, Elizabeth's husband, suggested that we do that, which was really fun.
Yeah.
And if you want to go check it out, we kind of got each other the same thing. It was really funny. I still can't believe that. We're like twins. I don't know.
It's weird. It's so weird.
The Book Dragons, they got everything from the previous tier, as well as an after hours episode of us playing Never Have I Ever and having an adult beverage. It was really fun.
It was fun.
We're way more candid and relaxed on Patreon than we are, just because we want all ages to be able to listen to this podcast. And so we're kind of get a little bit more
not safe for work.
Exactly. And we'll let you know if it is or it isn't.
Right.
And then Book Wizards got everything from all the previous tiers, as well as a mini episode of The Grace Year by Kim Lidgett, a book review and discussion. That is one of I feel like our most, what am I trying to say here?
Like the most work went into it?
Yes. I feel like our mini episodes, whether it's a book review or a book to movie review, we definitely put a lot of work in them because we think that the authors do such an amazing job and we really want to give as much effort into those podcasts as we can.
Also, and that's why I think it's so funny that we still call them mini episodes, because that was not a mini episode.
They're not mini episodes. They're like an hour and a half long.
Right.
We're like, this one we go, okay, here's a brief synopsis of the book. And then we just keep talking about the book.
But it's more of like a microscopic look at a book or something. I don't know.
Probably change the title. We're working on it. Because we thought, oh yeah, it'll be a brief thing. And then we forget that we talk a lot.
Right. But also books like that, I feel like we have a lot to say because there's a lot that happens.
Yes, because even the Grey Sisters from last month, we said it was a brief synopsis, and it is not.
No.
Because I also think that if you listen to it and you've read the book just like us, which you should, it's like a deep discussion about it. And really, where else are you going to get that? Right. Unless you're reading in a book club. Like, this is a way where you can read a book and then you can come and you can just you can listen. And then if you have things you want to discuss, we want you to discuss. We leave all the questions. We leave it open.
Right.
We can have discussions about it.
We can do it on Patreon, or we can start a new thread on our Discord where we discuss it.
And Discord, you can type or you can talk. So maybe, if more people want to join this little quote unquote mini episode thing we've got going on, we can definitely have a discussion about it. It's really fun to
just occurred to me, we should call it book club. We should just call them book club episodes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. I like the mini episode because it's funny, because it's not.
It's not mini.
I mean, we tend to do mini episodes. Like the Christmas gift opening is a mini episode.
Right.
This is not a mini episode. So maybe we'll change the name, guys. Let us know if you have any creative ideas to call it.
Yes.
So that's kind of what we did on Patreon. There's also little fun things, we posted something for Valentine's Day, or we just post funny pictures of our dogs, or bullet journaling, or random things we find on Reddit and TikTok. But that's mostly over on Discord. I have a Reddit and a TikTok. I love TikTok. If you have TikTok, let me know what your username is and I'll follow you. I have one TikTok and it's about a broom balancing because I thought I was a witch and it felt really cool. And it was also 12 o'clock at night and Elizabeth ignored my FaceTime.
I did not ignore. I was sleeping like a normal person at midnight.
I wanted to show you my broom balancing.
Well, you wanted to show me so I could do it too, and we don't even own a broom. We have the microfiber duster thing with the giant head.
Yeah. My broom came from 4 years ago. Someone left it at one of my rental houses and I just took it with me. So now it's mine.
Nice.
Okay. So what books did you read this month?
So far, I've read A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer, The Unwilling by Kelly Braffett, and All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban.
And you might as well add the last one because you're going to finish it.
Follow Me.
Yep.
By somebody that I said earlier in the episode.
Put you on the spot.
Who is it? Kathleen Barber.
Yeah. I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson.
Oh, I want to read that.
It is so good. You are going to love it. I need you to give the synopsis or the little thing about all your twisted secrets that you gave to me. Oh. Something mixed with something. I love that we do that. We should start doing that.
Okay, so I added one to it, though. So it's Breakfast Club meets Saw.
Which threw me off. We're on the phone and she's like, Breakfast Club meets Saw. And I was like, wait, what? I don't want to read this. I'm terrified of Saw.
And then meets Mean Girls.
Ooh.
So,
I like
which
it.
is funny that I just came up with that off the top of my head because, of course, after I read it, I went to Goodreads and a bunch of people are saying Breakfast Club meets Saw, and I was like, I am not
Really?
alone. I'm not crazy.
That's awesome that it, like you guys all get that vibe.
Mm-hmm. But then I think there's some Mean Girls thrown in there too.
Yeah. So Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Are we doing that in a maybe upcoming mini episode? Is that the one we're doing? No, we're doing All Your Twisted Secrets.
Yeah.
But A Good Girl's Guide to... We should add it because it's really good. I would say it reminds me a lot of like... I can't remember what I said.
Sadie.
Yeah, Sadie.
By Courtney Summers.
Definitely Sadie vibes mixed with like... I keep wanting to say like Teen Wolf because they had the red ribbon.
Okay.
That's a big like thing in there. So like the red yarn putting together things like
and they
it's
also
definitely
have,
like that.
and I can't remember what that's called, but it's got a specific name for books that have like the stuff in them.
Yes. So yeah, this book has like the pictures in it, which is really cool. I read The Grace Year by Kim Liggett, obviously for our quote-unquote mini episode. The Sneak Peek of Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, and I hopefully will be finished in a couple days of The Sound of Stars by Alicia Dow.
Yay.
Yeah. Did you figure out what it was called? I heard you typing.
No. Because I Googled books with stuff in them.
I couldn't find some people are just yelling at it like, this is what it's called. Okay, we'll have to let you know. That's our homework.
I'm so sorry.
Books with stuff in them.
Okay. So book mail this month. Honestly,
Your best. What's your favorite?
Favorite. Which was, because at first that's how I read it when I was going through the document, was book mail. I was like, are you joking me? I literally got 8 books in the mail last week, and that doesn't count whatever I got the week before where it was like 20.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, best. That's great. So my favorite was the box of ARCs I got from Fierce Reads. That's my favorite thing to get every quarter.
Yeah.
They send out boxes of ARCs, and you get to pick. They have, they usually have 4 different boxes to choose from, and you get to pick like your first choice, second, whatever. So I ended up getting my first choice this month, and I'm really excited, even though... Like, I'm excited about all the books that are in the box, but 2 of the books that I was, like, most excited about getting in that box are being shipped separately.
Oh, that's why you were like, I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I don't recognize any of these titles. And usually when I choose, like, I decide my picks, like, number 1 pick, it's always based on a book that's in that box that I really want to read.
Yeah.
And I was going through, I was like, I don't recognize any of these titles. But maybe it's just because I look at too many books.
That also could be.
But yeah, I think 2 of them are being shipped separately. So
cool. We have to let us know. Everyone watch her Instagram stories on Sundays because that's when she shows her book mail.
And I did post that book stack of all those ARCs yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Maybe?
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So
cool.
Check it out.
Yeah. I always like comment because she used to not show them all at once sometimes. And I'm like, okay, I need to see all of it. I want to see the haul at the end.
I try and do that at the end of the videos.
If you
Sometimes
don't, I message you and tell you to do it because I need to see it all together.
Right.
So I can be jealous. So my favorite was Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes. We were both supposed to order this, but I am the only one that ordered it so far.
I was having a moment that night. I was like, I'm going to put it in my cart and order it later. And then I didn't order it later.
Yeah. So we ordered it. We wanted to order it because we've been staying away from season 2 of You of Netflix because we both read the first book and then watched the first series. And I want to read the second book before I watch the second.
So speaking of this, today I listened to Justin Long's podcast and he had Penn Badgley on.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need to go watch that.
Listen to it.
I'm so excited. Yes, sorry. I just got really excited.
It's so good. He's such a deep guy. Like,
yeah, we figured that out at BookCon.
Right?
After we all of us girls stopped taking pictures of him, zoomed in. Like, remember the girl ahead of us? Charlie had like 100 pictures, and he's like
He was right in front of us.
He was right in front of us. I only took a couple.
I know. I was like sneaking the photo.
He's a very deep artistic guy, and he was kind of shy, which made me just like him even more.
Right?
And he kept saying, "Don't like my character," but I kind of get why he was so good at the character that you liked him.
Well, and the things that he rationalizes is like, he says how Beck shouldn't have all that stuff online. And like some of the stuff he says, you're like, yeah, you're right. But the way you're going about it is
completely wrong. But it's also Penn Is it Bagley or Badgley?
It's that's how they said it in the podcast, was Badgley.
Badgley? Okay. Penn Badgley is a very good-looking guy.
Pretty sure that's how they said it.
And so it's very hard for me to differentiate, which is what Caroline Kepnes was going for. In this entire book, she wanted to show how, like, we all need to be safe about things. So I'm so excited. I can't believe you just told me this now. I'm going to go listen to it.
So
excited.
I really love Justin Long. He's so hilarious.
I love him.
And the whole episode, he jokes about how Penn Badgley is a thirst trap because he just learned that phrase. He had never heard it before, so he just keeps saying thirst trap.
Oh my gosh. Do you not agree that his brother has like a voice like Bob's Burgers?
Yeah.
I love his brother's voice. He should be like in radio.
I love them together.
Me
They're
too.
Just so funny.
And I like how they like recap the episode at the beginning and they like talk or whatever at the end. I can't remember. I haven't listened in a while.
At the end. Well, at the beginning they kind of talk about what's to come.
Yes.
But they also they read like listener mail at the end, and like at the beginning they were talking about how there was an article published about Justin Long and saying that he's gay, and it was saying like this is his longtime lover that he lives with. He lives with his brother, so is his brother.
I was going to say, one, if he's gay or not, like, why do you need to write an article about it? Two, that's incest.
So the whole time they kept calling each other blubbers.
I love it. You guys need to check out his podcast. It's so good.
It is really good.
But I can't believe that. What was your like favorite part of like do you have like a standout where you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing? Did they talk about you?
Yes. They talk about that. They talk about Gossip Girl.
I loved Gossip Girl.
But they don't get into You too. I mean, so if you haven't...
He's probably tired of talking about it, to be honest.
If you haven't watched You, there's some spoilers.
Okay,
but
good to know.
Justin had only seen episode 1, so he got spoiled for stuff.
What did he keep saying? What did he keep saying?
Thirst trap.
Thirst trap. Oh my God.
Then...
What does thirst trap even mean? Like...
You know, thirsty.
Yeah.
It's like someone who's a thirst trap. Like, they're so good looking. It's got to make you thirsty.
Oh, and Justin Long probably is like, I'm not a thirst trap. I love him so much.
Oh, my God.
He's like,
hilarious.
He's one of those actors that if he's in a movie, I watch it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like someone I'm like, he's my favorite. But if he's in a movie, I watch it because he's in the movie. I don't even like scary movies and I watch Jeepers Creepers because he was in it.
Well, and then... I'm not going to say what he was saying it about, but he does this in other episodes where he's like a pun king. Like, he will not stop making puns, and he just keeps doing it, and he keeps apologizing, but then he keeps doing it.
Dude, oh my gosh, I have a question. Are they video? Because I know some podcasts like,
I don't know.
What am I trying to think of? He is married to Kristen Bell.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have videos, but they have pictures, which I always think is really cool.
I guess I don't know. I've never looked up their website.
I always think, how do you not hear that photographer in there? Does the photographer just stand there the entire time?
Yeah.
Awkwardly in the corner?
Even though on Dax's podcast, what's it called?
Armchair Expert.
Yes. On that podcast, in the background, I've noticed a lot of episodes, you can hear someone talking. And I'm always like, who is talking in the background?
It's the photographer. Go look at those photos.
Who's he talking to? Because they're all having a conversation.
I think there's a producer and a photographer in there. Because the photographer is like taking these angled shots of people talking. And I'm like, don't people feel awkward? Can you imagine if there was someone standing in that corner?
No, I'd be like,
taking pictures of us and like looking at us. I'd be like, I don't like this. Get out. Leave. Get the heck out of here.
Can you do something or like at least talk? I don't know.
Is heck a cuss word? I just said heck.
No.
Okay, cool. Elizabeth is the cuss word police because I don't apparently know what I cut.
For God's sakes, it's not a cuss word.
I cut that last part out of the podcast where we had a discussion about cuss words because we can rant on it in a mini up or a little clip on Patreon because apparently I don't know what cuss words are.
No, you
and
don't.
I also didn't write not safe. I wrote not safe for work wrong on Patreon. One of our patrons is like, that's how you spell that.
You put like
not safe work for.
Yeah.
Like, that's how my brain works. I don't know if you know this.
Oh my God. Okay, that was a big tangent. Okay, favorite pre-order. I'm going to let you go because I copied you.
I'm lost. Oh,
favorite book pre-order.
Oh, you copied me. Okay, so all your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban.
Mm-hmm.
I put this one because we're gonna do it for an upcoming mini episode.
Yes,
the cover looks so cool, and I can't wait to read it. Also, the pre-order swag kind of like talked me into it.
Yeah, it's a little key on a chain.
Hello, we love keys. We love chains.
I think like.
Guys, I had coffee for lunch.
Oh
and I think it's still affecting me.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Yes, I have to go to the bathroom.
Stop it! I think it comes with a signed bookmark too.
Oh, it does?
I think
cool.
so.
I just saw the key and I was like, yep.
Well, anyways. I'm going to tell a story, but I'm not going to do that.
Why?
Because it's embarrassing.
Oh.
Because I got to this favorite book pre-order and I was like, I didn't pre-order any books. So I saw what you put and I went and pre-ordered it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, because I was like, I don't have a copy of it, so I'm going to need it.
Well, especially if we're going to do, Oh, I just assumed you did. But
No, I literally looked up Novel Night and saw what the pre-order swag was. And I was like, okay, you talked me into it.
That's the only one I've pre-ordered.
There's another book coming out this month, though, that has, it's Havenfall by Sarah Holland.
Oh, yeah.
That has a key on a chain also. I mean, it's different. But
did you pre-order?
No.
Yeah,
Because I was like, I don't need 2 keys on chains.
I love keys on chains, but not 2. Okay, so what was your favorite book release this month?
So I picked The Lost Future of Pepper
Having a Samantha moment there.
The Lost Future of Pepper Harrow by Natasha Pulley.
Ooh.
This is the long-awaited sequel to The Watchmaker of Filigree Street.
Oh.
I loved that book so much. It's like magical realism and historical fiction, and it's this guy that has all this clockwork stuff, and he has a pet. He's a clockwork pet octopus, and it runs around the house all the time, and it's always sneaking and doing stuff, and I love it so much.
That's like one of my favorite parts of what is that octopus in? It's the animation. You know what I'm talking about. It's not Finding
movie?
Nemo. Yes,
Oh.
it's an animated thing. What are you thinking of?
It's not Finding Nemo?
Is it?
2. Finding Nemo.
Yeah, Finding Nemo too. He's my
Yeah,
favorite
yeah.
character because he just squishes into things.
He's
I like him.
adorable. But so this is the sequel. Like, we've been waiting for this forever.
I thought so, yeah.
Forever. And I'm so excited. I did get an ARC and I got a finished copy from Bloomsbury.
Nice.
I was so excited, but I haven't had a chance to read it.
Story of your life.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's going to sit on my bookshelf with all my other pretty books because all of her books have the same, like, it's a hardcover, but it doesn't have a dust jacket.
Yeah.
And it has, like, a little hole cut in it. So there's art on the cover and then art on the sheet right after.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so pretty. I love it.
that. Mine was All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. From the first time I saw it on NetGalley, I just wanted it so bad. And then, of course, like now I have one from Owl Crate. If you want to watch our opening, we did that on our IGTV.
Yes.
On our Instagram. And I'm excited to read it. It has everything we want. The cover's
Pirates,
beautiful.
mermaids.
Like, I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. All right, favorite thing this month.
Yes, and this was like a non-bookish related thing.
Just-
can be anything.
Right,
Anything. Sorry.
You're gonna make me pee my pants.
What's yours? Go ahead.
Okay. So I said my favorite thing was Noodles and Company.
This is a good one.
I'm obsessed with their spicy peanut satay.
Is that the one that has the big noodles or the small noodles?
No, small noodles.
Okay, I love the
It's
small
got
noodles.
veggies. It's spicy, and it's got
Yes.
black sesame seeds. And I always get it with tofu.
love
It's so
tofu.
good. It's one of those. So most of their things that I get, I try and eat half.
Yeah.
And then eat half the next day. I'm sorry, but this one I can eat the whole thing.
I love
because
their-
I can't stop.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I love their pad thai. I haven't had the spicy peanut satay, but I'll have to have that. I don't like the one with the bit thick noodles, though. They remind me of
the
worms.
Japanese pan noodles.
Yeah,
I
I don't
do
like
love
that.
that too. And that's
What?
another one that I eat the whole thing because the noodles are so thick. Ugh, so
I don't know why
good.
they remind me of worms. I've never eaten a worm, but it just reminds me of that.
So good.
So mine was discovering Tea Cellar's Salted Caramel Delight, and then I remade it at home.
How?
So I took a picture of, or actually on their Instagram,
Mhm.
they have their like Valentine's Day specials, and it just has they have a salted caramel tea, but I had their other caramel tea that we had gotten, Scottish
Okay.
caramel, and they have whipped cream, milk, and a little like drizzle. So I got all that stuff. It wasn't as good, but it made me it made me nostalgic. So I was like, when I can't go to Tea Cellar, I can like make this at home.
that sounds really good.
Yes.
All right, your best part of the month?
Yes, I'll go. You want to go first? Yours is sappy.
I can go first. So, yeah, I said not to get all sappy, but my favorite part of the month was the day date that Alex and I got to have because my parents took the boys to a hotel overnight, which is something they do in the winter every year. It used to be they took all of us, but now that the boys are getting older, they take them so we can have a day and night to ourselves.
Yeah, and the boys used to go swimming and eat junk food.
Well, they
it's
get
like literally the
spoiled.
best. Yeah.
But yeah, we just so rarely get that time to ourselves. And it's so funny because the whole time that we're out doing stuff, I'm walking around like I'm missing a limb. Like I'm constantly looking for them and feeling like I'm forgetting something. But it's still really nice to just kind of focus on us for a while. Yeah.
That sounds so cute. What'd you guys do?
We did a lot of shopping. And we went out to eat. Where did we go?
That's what I was going to ask.
Oh, we went to Sakura.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Nice.
It was so good. It was a nice first experience, but I think next time we go, I really want to go with you, someone that's been there before, because they didn't give us a sushi menu, and Alex really wanted to try sushi.
You have to ask for it.
So we looked through, and we didn't see it, and I was like, I don't know, and I've never been here, so we just ordered something. I ended up getting the hibachi vegetables, which I'm impressed with how much food you get.
You get a ton of food.
Their clear soup is really good, like really good.
Yeah.
Then you get a salad and you get the house or ginger, which the ginger
is so good. The ginger is the best. Yeah.
And then when you get like the hibachi stuff, you get rice, noodles, and whatever thing you got, plus vegetables, which we found out I didn't realize.
Yeah.
So I got veggies and Alex got swordfish.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sushi menu is on the side, and it's actually like a 2-page, like a front and back, and then they have special sushi too. And it's really good. It's the best sushi I've ever had.
And we didn't sit at the grill because I talked to someone beforehand, and she was like, you know, it's an experience, but also you'll walk away smelling like the grill. And I'm really glad we didn't, because we were listening to it, and it was very loud. It sounded like he was picking on people.
He does, yeah. And he'll throw food up in the air for you to catch. My goodness. It's fun to go in a group, but not fun to go on a date.
Right.
So my best part, basically the one thing I could think of, because we've been talking about organizing the podcast, our schedule, just like getting on more. We're both trying to be more organized in our lives. So I put getting all of our episodes scheduled out until the end of the year. We sat at T-Cellar. We got it figured out. And I kind of tweaked it a little bit so we could have the end of the February kind of wrap up, because that was Elizabeth's idea. And then also have like the first week of the month actually talk about the new releases. Not like the second, you know, kind of make our episodes fall in more in line with like when they should be coming out.
Right.
So there might be a little bit less T-chats, or there might be more some weeks. You can let us know. We can always do extras maybe sometimes, like here or there, like
especially
quarterly.
If we have stuff to talk about, like with you watching Love Island.
Yeah. The next T-chats isn't for a couple weeks, but it might have to be cut into 2 because there's a lot of stuff we need to cover. Maybe we can just do part 1, part 2, and do one on Friday, one on Monday. Yeah. I don't care.
Right.
But so that was kind of like my favorite, like, thing of the month was us going to T-Cellar and kind of just, I don't know, we haven't had like a relaxed girls' day.
Yeah.
And it felt very relaxed, very fun, because we were just like sat in my car for a little bit waiting for food, and we figured out that we maybe need to eat faster, and it'll be fun to like try all the new places.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah, so I think that was my favorite.
So I said also what you said, because I did. It was a fun time, and like it feels so nice to have that weight off of our shoulders of like, because we were doing kind of week to week.
Yeah, we were going like, oh shoot, what are we going to talk about? Or let's figure it out. And now we already know, and things can change obviously. Yeah. But we have a timeline that we can go
actually
by.
Plan ahead.
Exactly. We can plan ahead. We can talk about things that we know are going to come out because they're on our schedule.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, if you guys want to see like our month, like a monthly schedule, like, you know, the beginning of the month, post it to see what's coming out. I think that'd be fun to do. Yeah. We can post on our Instagram and our Facebook. Let us know. Then you can get excited with us.
Yes.
Yes.
Woohoo.
Well, let us know what your favorite parts are of February as well.
Yeah. All your favorite things.
Yes.
Favorite books, favorite everything.
Yes. Favorite part of the month, what books you've read. That's really interesting. So, yeah. Well, we better get going. We've got more tea to drink and books to read. Our social medias are all down below as always. Make sure to rate and review the podcast wherever you listen.
It really helps us get found by other book lovers.
Definitely. And it's so interesting to see where you guys listen to.
Right.
Because we can see all the reviews.
Right.
Come get personal with us on Patreon, where you can get bloopers, fun after hours episodes, and quote unquote mini episodes. Might be changing that since they're like an hour and a half long.
Right. They're not exactly mini, but
exactly.
That was the idea when we first started them.
And now we realize we talk a lot.
Weird.
So weird. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.